Question one: what's going on in the world? The world, I think, is going to the peak in which there's no return, and civilizations are going to fall down just the same way other civilizations happen. The Romans, the
So you see
empires.
that everything is going to hell and...
Not exactly that going to hell. There's going to be changes. Now we live in a global world. Everything's connected. Economy is the ruling aspect of the world. Money is what rules the world. I think there's going to be problems, not only for petrol or fuel. I think there will be war problems, strange managements with water, natural resources, food. What was the other question?
Who has the power to change this situation that you say that?
Well, the population in general, but the problem is that personal interest guide few people into a way of living and some others into another way of living. I mean, we got the power only if we are committed, if we are conscious. I mean, everybody in this world is buying expensive things. You get cell phones, iPhones, things that we know that they use benzene, that they are causing cancer in people,
and that they are not so useful for people.
Exactly.
Not so necessary.
I mean,
but
one thing is that one thing to consider is that we buy things or we use products because there's some created need by companies. The other point that I consider important to change the world is education. If we educate people, we can make people conscious, aware of what we need to do.
So you are saying that everybody has the power to change it?
Not individually, or maybe in a philosophical way, as I was talking to Maripa. Yeah, you can get actions, small actions that may impact in society, but it's not that easy. We're talking about, for example, Mexico. It's a country with almost 150 million people living in it. A small group is very rich. They
have power over the
power. They spend money in things that we will never know. The other, a huge percentage of that population has a very low level of education, illiterate in some cases. They don't care what they do. They just live by. They just buy things.
They don't care.
Technically speaking, and we are in the middle class. We are the most manipulated class, I think, and we are the ones that will sustain the country.
So what are you doing about it?
First thing, I think I work in education, which is one of the principal sectors of society in which we can change something, at least in one more. The other thing, for example, in my case, in my family, we don't buy anything pirate, illegal, for example. My children know that we don't do it. Maybe one day my son or my daughter will do it, but at least I try to plant the seed.
Avoid that they get
exactly.
illegally.
Other thing, talking about, for example, I don't know, separating garbage disposals. I don't know, it's difficult. It's difficult to think in a very reason. I try to create on some students or the ones who pay attention to my crazy ideas, little seed that it grows in a question in the future. I don't know.
So you're saying that you are making a little change with some people that it doesn't affect. That doesn't affect by this moment, but later in the future could make that
have an effect on people in the future. Maybe it's. I insist. It's everything. Everything is about conscious and awareness. You are teenagers. You really don't care about things, or most of you
don't care.
But maybe one day, it's like watching a movie. You watch a movie when you are young, and you consider the movie that is dull, boring.
When you grow up.
10 years later, you watch the same movie, and then you find the plot, you find the bottom line, you buy the real message, you understand the effects or the things that were done by the director in order to.
So you're doing things that doesn't make a change now, but see, yes, in the future.
The idea is that when you work on education, the point is that maybe not this moment you will see the impact
But
or
in
your
10
ideas,
years, it
but maybe
will
10
be
years.
an impact.
Exactly.
Well, thanks, Sunllol. See you in
Those are
class.
200 pesos. Ah, no.
Well, thanks.